So new problem, but we are going to begin by understanding the question statement as always. So we see here that it says, what is the fourth lap time? So what was, the fourth lapse time? So when we check that out, my party people, we see that it says 4 lap times have an average of 62 seconds. My party people, help me out. Average is another way of saying what? Average is another way of saying mean. Absolutely. So we know here that our mean equals 62. Something we should definitely highlight, that our mean is 62. And then we have 4 values, because again, it says 4 lap times. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, using an X for the one that we're missing. And we have 59, 64, and 61. So I'm going to demonstrate 2 ways to get this problem done. The first way is going to be straight up using the equation. And then the other way is going to be by considering the balancing method in terms of how mean actually works. The balance point between all of the numbers. So with that, let's go ahead and do the arithmetic way first. Again, just calculating with the formula. So our mean equals the total. So add the numbers up and divide by the number of numbers. So remember, if we're working forward, we're going to add to get the total, and then we'll divide by the number of numbers to get the mean. So working backwards, we're going to multiply by this, because I want to get the x that's inside of the total, because again, you add all of these up in here. I'm trying to get this by itself. So I'm going to multiply both sides by that value. So I'll replace the mean and the number of numbers with 62 and 4, because it's 4 values that we're using. So we'll multiply by 4 on both sides. And once we do that, we have 62 multiplied by 4. And that's going to be 8 right there. And then 6 times 4 is 24. So we have 248 equals the total. And just remember, everybody, the total is going to be all of these values added together. So that'll be x plus 59 plus 64 plus 61. With a little bit of mental math, we can clean this up pretty quickly. We can say 59 and 61. I'll take that 1 and put it right there. So that's 60 and 60, so that's 120. 120 plus 64 is 184. We have x plus 184. And the last thing that we'll need to do here is subtract that 184 from both sides. Once we do that on the right side and the left side, just like that, we'll cross out here on the right side to cancel. And then we are left with 4 right there, and 24 minus 18 is 6. So there we are, my party people. That missing number that we were looking for was 64, but before we continue, I want to show you the balancing method and how that can help you out. So if we use the balancing method, we can consider this in the following way. 62 is going to be that average. So let me just take this here on the right side out. We have 62 as the average, and we just have to make sure that everything on the left and the right of it maintains the balance. So what we mean by that is we'll start here with 52. Everybody, when we think about 52, how far away is 52 from, 59, sorry about that. How far is 59 from 62? How far away is 59 from 62? That'll be 3. Awesome. So I'll write that 3 right over there. Next up, I'll go ahead and consider the 64. The 64 is bigger than 62, so I'll write that here on the right side. Everybody, how far away is 62 from 64? Yeah, they're 2 away, so I'll go ahead and write that 2 right over there. Next up, we have the 61. 61, it's lower than 62, so I'll write the 61 over here. Everybody, how far away is 61 from 62? It's just 1 away, exactly. So boom, I have 1 and 3, which 1 and 3 together, that's going to make 4. So I'll just replace that with 4. Now, when we think about that, look at this balancing act. There's 4 on the left side and 2 on the right side. This is not balanced. To make this balanced, I need to go ahead and stack on an extra 2 right over there. That's how I'll keep it balanced, because then I'll have 4 on this side and 4 on that side. So everybody, when we think about that, how or what number do we arrive at if we start at 62 and go up by 2? We'll land on 64. That's what the missing value would be. 64 with the balancing technique, and we'll still get 64 with straight up calculation. So that'll make the correct answer in this case, answer choice B. Again, 2 fun ways to do it. Pick your preference and go with it. So this question here, this next one, we are trying to find the median price. So right here, what is the median price? So once we read that question statement, we understand that that's a very specific math word there, median. And when it comes to calculating the median, we want to calculate the middle value. So what I'll do here is I'll go ahead and write out these values, and I want to make sure that they are ordered. They can be ordered least to greatest or greatest to least. It doesn't matter, but we're going to order these numbers, and then based on if we have an even or an odd set, we'll take action one way or the other. So here we are. The smallest value that I see here, I'll just go smallest to biggest. That's 12. The next one would be 15. Then, okay, so it looks like this is already in order. 12, 15, 18, 20, 25, 30. I always like to be careful and double check, because these are the easiest questions to get wrong. Because sometimes you just forget that maybe one set of numbers are swapped. So just be careful. Make sure you do your due diligence. So we have 12, 15, 18, 20, 25, and 30. The count there that I got was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that means that we're going to have 2 numbers in the middle. Don't believe me? Just cross out from the ends, and you'll see that in the middle, we have 2 numbers left. When that's the case, what we do is we take the average or the mean of those 2 numbers in the middle. And you can do that with your, with a calculator or, by hand, but really what you're asking is, what's the number that's directly between 18 and 20? My party people, what is the number directly between 18 and 20? Yeah, that'll be 19. So let me prove that to you by just finding the mean with them together. 18 plus 20, divide that by 2. So that's 38 divided by 2, which is 19. So there that is. That's why the correct answer for this problem will be answer choice A. So let's go ahead and get this one done. So the question sentence reads 6 laps around the field. How far is 6 laps? So with that, what I would do is I would understand really what 1 lap is. I'm thinking here, and I see that we have a rectangular field, and we're given its dimensions, the length and the width. So when we have a rectangle, we have the length and the width, and we know that 1 lap is 1 perimeter, because right here, again, if we do 1 lap, that's the perimeter once. So if I want 6 laps, all I need is 6 times the perimeter. So all I'm going to do now is fill in my formula, and I am done. So here we go. Perimeter equals double the length plus double the width. And in case you didn't know this, here's another way that you can actually write this down. The other way you can write this formula is perimeter equals double the length plus the width. Because when you write it like this, look at how much easier this becomes. We have the perimeter equals double 25 plus 15. 25 plus 15, that's going to be 40. 2 times 40, and that's going to give me 80. So with that 80, like we said, we're going to take that perimeter and multiply it by 6. So then 6 times 80 gives us 480 total yards in this problem. And there we are. The correct answer here is answer choice C, and this would be a pretty straightforward one once we understood that 1 lap was the perimeter.